If you like capitalism, you can give me money in exchange for even more exclusive content. If you like socialism, you can give me money and take credit for keeping me alive. Everybody wins. Support A Dose of Buckley at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. Ah, the novelty dance song. A tradition as old as time itself. Well, maybe not quite, but I'm sure that shortly after the first cavemen came up with music, they came up with a way to grunt out instructions on how to thrash around to that music. But certainly, at least as far back as Chubby Checkers' The Twist in the 60s, the 69 Boys' Tootsie Roll in the 90s, to the 2000s tracks Mr. C's Cha-Cha Slide and Cupid's Cupid Shuffle, and more modern entries like the GS Boys' Stanky Leg, Silento's Watch Me Whip Nay Nay, or Blanco Brown's The Get Up, black artists have been creating songs for decades in the hopes that awkward white people would dance to them at their weddings or roller skating rinks. And so, never one to shy away from cashing in on a trend, Drake has released his latest song, Toosie Slide. Genius calls it his first foray into dance records. Maybe intentionally, which we'll get to very shortly here. But his song In My Feelings also became very popular because of an online dance challenge in which kids were encouraged to shuffle into oncoming traffic. And as much as I'm all for this type of natural selection, you'd think that artists might discourage this type of dangerous behavior. After all, the dead can't contribute to streaming numbers on Spotify. Toosie Slide debuted at #1 on Billboard, and it's all thanks to TikTok, the twisted Frankenstein's monster made up of the spirit of Vine and the corporate purchase of Musical.ly. Now generally, the way these things work is that there's at least some illusion that these viral hits happen organically, that someone does a dance like with Drake's In My Feelings, someone does a video that blows up, then 1,000 more people do the same thing because they want their shot at 15 minutes of fame without having to come up with their own thing. Then next thing you know, you've got tens of thousands of videos. You got famous people doing it, Ellen's butchering it for the amusement of housewives coast to coast. Videos go viral of police and nurses and sports teams doing it. You know, like the Harlem Shake. Filthy Frank made that video, then everyone was doing the Harlem Shake videos, and then all of a sudden, an obscure song no one gave a shit about when it was released a year before is a household name, and Bauer wakes up one day going, "Holy shit, I accidentally made a bunch of money." And we go, "Wow, that's crazy how that happened. How does it work? Like, who could ever expect that?" But just like actual viruses, some happen a little more organically, while others are created in a lab before escaping to wreak havoc on a population. This song was built to go viral, to a point where if it hadn't reached #1, it would have been an absolute failure and a fucking embarrassment on someone's part. Here's an interview from GQ with the creator of the dance, a choreographer by the name of... Want to take a guess? You got it. Toosie. The Toosie Slide, he says, was created in 45 minutes about a month ago. On that fateful day, Toosie was chilling at home with his friends/fellow dancers High Key, Ayo, and Teo, when, naturally, Drake sent him a DM. He had a record idea and needed me to come up with a dance to it, Toosie says. The attached song wasn't finished yet, only the hook, which conveniently includes a series of straightforward dance moves. Right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide. Toosie and his crew got to work. Everybody was contributing little moves, and slowly but surely, we started piecing it together, he says. They recorded themselves performing what they came up with, a clip that went viral in late March when it was posted publicly, with Drake's sign-off, on TikTok and Instagram. So instead of letting fans or someone come up with a dance and then having that go viral, he paid someone to make it. Presumably he paid. The interview doesn't even mention money changing hands, but I have to assume Toosie isn't working for free. Especially not for Drake. Drake's got more money than the rest of Canada put together. So step 2 was to get the dance moves for the kids to film themselves doing. This time preferably away from the freeway. But before that was step 1. Manufacture the hook that they dance to. Now, for those of you who aren't as hip and with it as I am, I can tell you that TikTok videos are allowed to be up to 15 seconds long. So Drake made the hook that included the dance instruction 13 seconds long. Huh, amazing how this all just fits together, right? The whole thing is a paint by numbers. It's a coloring book. You just stay in the lines. There's something so conformative about it. Certainly doesn't seem to be in the spirit of rap or any genre of modern music at all, for that matter. They've just told you what to do and how to make their song famous, and you do it. And while this is definitely a novelty song similar to those I mentioned off the top, Cupid Shuffle and Cha-Cha Slide and all those, I don't see this playing at every white person's wedding for the next 30 years. It's over 4 minutes long, and all anyone cares about is that 13-second hook that plays 5 times, about a quarter of the song's runtime. No, if I had to compare this to anything, I would compare it to ringtone rappers of the 2000s. Hurricane Chris's A Bay Bay or D4L's Laffy Taffy. Songs that sold better as 15-second snippets for people's Motorola Razors than they did as actual songs. The hashtag 2ZSlide has over 3 billion views already on TikTok, while the actual song itself has only close to 50 million views on YouTube and was receiving just 6 million streams a day on Spotify. If this had been released 15 years ago, would we be calling Drake a ringtone rapper? Is Meme Mumbler the new equivalent? Maybe. But you know what? I also hate dishonesty in music, and there's almost something admirable about how honest this is. There's no pretense, no lies. Drake doesn't make money by selling drugs and shooting gangstas. He makes money by making memes. Being able to go, my dumb audience will just do what I tell them. If I gently nudge them into making TikTok videos, they'll think they came up with it themselves and that they contributed to me making a hit, when they did just exactly what I wanted them to do. Well played, Drake. For your next track, call it the Venmo Challenge. And the hook can be, get your credit card out, go to Venmo.com, send me $50 and some pictures of your mom. That's my gift to you, Drake. From one Canadian to another.